Welcome. Hey. So, new banner. We have Memories by Lantern. And today, for the reaction section of our hard work that has been going on for, I think, about 1 or 2 months, I don't remember. A lot of weeks. We're introducing the Special Heroes banner, and we have some guest stars for the reaction. So I'm going to introduce Connor Zach. Funny guy. Yay!
Ooh, hello, everybody. It's me, Connor Zach. You might know me as the Iceberg Guy. I'm here to react to some characters. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we got Espero. Nice, fun guy, Twitch streamer. Yay.
Hey, happy to be here. Yeah, it's really cool to meet other Fate content creators, or Fire Emblem content creators, I should say. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Next up, we got Rocket Gal. You love the Engage extra content stuff. I saw your Twitter post and I was just like, whoa, you got everything.
Yeah, I definitely am in love with Engage. Mostly a Heroes content creator for now, but still trying to make my way into other Fire Emblem stuff because I love Fire Emblem as a whole, not just Heroes, but that's definitely what I'm most known for right now.
Not just a shitty gacha game. I'm kidding. To each their own. The game is it's a little bit on a decline in my opinion, but you know what? That's fine. Finally, we have Stitch joining us for the reaction as well. Yay! Welcome.
Hooray! Thank you. I'm glad to be back after being on the last one too. So hooray!
Yeah, you will see some familiar faces on this banner. As background for this banner, the idea behind it was that we were going to give a little, how would you say it? This banner was inspired by the real life traditions of the Lunar New Year festival, which happened earlier in February. It actually started January 22nd, but it lasts around a month. This is like the kind of like Christmas break that people in China have. And yeah, what else about it? Oh yeah, the the Fire Emblem Heroes, how do you call it? Kind of like explanation for the banner is that it takes place in Chonsun. So yeah, that's the explanation behind it. But we all know like the real life inspirations behind this banner. Yeah, so if you all could open up the banner. And I guess we're gonna have to count down because we will have to, how would I say this? You would react to the banner at around approximately the same time. You may make comments or whatever, you say like, oh shit, that's cool. But yeah, try not to be too disruptive, but be disruptive to the point where you can enjoy and have fun with our hard work. So yeah, I'll give you guys a countdown. Let's go on go. How about that?
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
I'm grateful to be able to attend such a wonderful festival. In some other life, the child within me would have loved to be here. In the now, though, we will celebrate as one. Let our futures be bright and fortune in our favor for years to come. Some futures are left better untold, but with these divining cards, I can bring joy to so many people. To see the faces of children and loving couples light up with news of their promising future? It's more beautiful than anything I could have ever imagined. Be swift as a rabbit now. Your future, take this!
I love the voice.
Nice to see you again, Summoner, and Happy New Year! I'm back and ask you to feast till I roll over
God.
and party hard into the night! With, moderation, of course. Hey
I
there.
appreciate their
Know any good stalls
gusto.
of hard booze? I've heard that drinking wards off bad luck for the rest of the year, so I'm out to get totaled! Let's
my
make
God.
this party one to remember! Ha!
Him and Asker would be buddies.
Ha! To a fresh start!
A new year already. This marks the beginning of a new chapter in the legend of my people. And I want nothing more than to lead us all to a brighter future. Apparently, Vera asked Snare to accompany her for the festivities.
Oh.
As for me, well, I'm left on my own for a bit. At least until Fro's done pestering those fairies. Yeah! Fortune favors the festive.
Rabbit.
Summoner! Aren't these fireworks incredible? Whoops! Excuse me. The people of Chanson have told me that they're called Baojang. I'll need to work on my pronunciation, though. Foreign languages are amazing, are they not? I'm obsessed with how cute these bunnies are. This whole festival has so many rabbit accessories and cute sweets that I couldn't help but buy all I could grab a hold of. The people, the bright lights, and the cheer in the air. It's almost too much to handle. Ha! A hop for the future.
Oh, I love Kenmei.
So good.
Kiran, look at all this shiny gold on our robes. Doesn't it all make us look so stylish?
What she means to say is, we're here to celebrate the New Year's with you all. Watch out for our flying fireworks, though.
Yeah, the two of us are gonna make sure this year starts off with a bang.
You'd think all this partying would cheer up even the loneliest of people, but there are some who are scared of the loud noises, and the people most of all.
So they don't even go out to enjoy it? There's so much here to do. I was even given gold coins in a red envelope. There's nothing better than that.
I guess. But hey, since they're not here, let's make a lot of noise to welcome in the new year for them. What do you say?
All right, we'll ward off those evil spirits with our firecrackers. Ha ha!
Boom!
Shiny! Shinies!
Let's tone back the explosions a bit.
And yeah, that's the banner. If you didn't know about Hinosa and Poppy, Hinosa is obsessed with shiny things, and Poppy is just there to chill, hang out.
That was cool. That was nice.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to it. We're gonna go back in time. Whoa. And we're gonna see about Hyacinth, who was the first unit on our banner. So if you rewind, you will see that the art was done by Emichu. I don't know if I pronounced her name right, but Emichu is the way I'm gonna say it. And the voice acting was done by BotHax, returning back to voice, I believe that was his first character from our team. But yeah, Hyacinth is looking great in his nice purple robes, which we discovered are named Hanfu. Yeah. Does anyone have, how would you say this, an interest in this character and are interested in reading the description?
I don't mind starting. Or if you have strong feelings, you can go for it.
I mean, I can go for it.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
All right. Hyacinth, he looks a lot younger than his engaged counterpart. All right.
We made Hyacinth before Engage was out. They copied us.
That's true. This is the OG Hyacinth,
wow.
baby.
This is OG Hyacinth.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so he's got divining cards. Grants speed +3. Grants speed +6 to allies and inflicts speed -6 to foes within 3 spaces of unit during combat. Grants inflicts penalty to foes attack speed defense res equal to the current bonus on foes attack speed defense res ×2. Only highest value applied. Each stat calculated independently to allies within 2 spaces during combat. Effect Dagger 6. So should I keep reading the rest of the kit, or should we? Do you want to talk about this?
I mean, I feel like divining cards is pretty simple, self-explanatory, but yeah, I'll just review it then. So divining cards, basically, you get a nice little Rhine effect, or I guess you would call it a hold, because it's in 3 spaces. So you allies within the 3 space vicinity gain +6 speed, and the enemies within 3 spaces of Hyacinth are inflicted with speed -6. Additionally, they allies within 2 spaces during combat gain like the Legion effect, Snaring Axe. This idea that if you have a bonus, you revert that around and just make it owie. But yeah, why don't you continue on with Fateful Dream?
All right, Fateful Dream, range 1. Grants another action to target ally and grants speed +7 and dodge to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit and target ally for 1 turn. Cannot target an ally with Sing or Dance. This skill treated as Sing or Dance. Man,
And,
I would love
yeah.
to have dodge on a lot of units. That sounds awesome.
That skill, Fateful Dream, sounds nasty, like, as a support unit.
It's a
First thought
funny
is-
move.
First that's Lucia, right?
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
hate to see it. It's so good that the Fire Emblem units do not exist within the Fae universe.
Yeah.
Because,
That'd be a crazy meta.
Bro, I would quit SCS. I mean, I already did, but
Again.
I would quit it again a second time. Okay, so let's move on to the next two skills. I mean, do you want to read it? I guess we should
yeah.
read it. I think that would be the
Sure,
best.
yeah, why not? Okay, so he comes with Swift Stance 3. If foe initiates combat, grants speed resistance +6 to unit during combat, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. Only highest value applies. Does not stack. I believe who else has that skill?
Ronan.
Ronan.
Yeah, Ronan. I knew that name. I totally played Thracia. Alright, and joint drive speed, gotta love that. Grants speed +4 to allies within 2 spaces during combat. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants speed +4 to unit during combat.
All right. So, anyone have some thoughts about this unit? What do we think?
I think they're pretty cool. Something that I wanted to mention was I feel like every Fae player, or at least certainly every Fae content creator, I'd imagine at some point had like made a headcanon or guess like what they would be like as a Fae unit. And I remember like 2 years ago when I was very new, I had basically come up with like my own version of myself as a Fae character, and this was around book 3, I think, maybe, or like sometime after book 3, because I definitely imagined myself as like one of the dancer characters, specifically with Swift Stance 3 and Joint Drive Speed, with a focus on
No
speed and
way.
resistance. Yeah, so like when I saw this, I was like, oh, this looks like a lot of like my little notes when I had scribbled for myself as a unit. So I just thought that was funny, but it seems like a cool concept for a character, and their Fateful Dream skill seems really good.
Yeah, Hyacinth is kind of correct. But yeah, the main focus with him, as you have mentioned, is this idea of just boosting speed up the wazoo. It's actually a very similar play style to Duopioni, who gives like the +10 attack, only this time it's +10 speed and not locked to a duo unit, because the meta is in shambles right now. Anyone else have some concluding thoughts before we move on to the next character?
Like dodge on a dance is super interesting. That could open up a lot of cool possibilities for a lot of people's favorite characters, maybe. We could buff them up like crazy.
Definitely. And yeah, the special quote was, your future, take this. And yeah, the delivery was excellent. Kudos to Botax for doing an amazing job as always. Also, Emichu for the art. So, next unit we have is Njord. He is actually the original, how do we call it? He was the original focus of the banner on our first banner. How would I say that? I guess he's like the main centerpiece, the one that the whole banner revolves around. The original art for this version is done by Quasi, and the voice acting was done by the Doctor. Esper, I believe you were on the first banner reaction.
I was, yeah.
Yes, so familiar face returning back.
Yeah, oh my god. They here, if you don't mind, I would love to take this one.
Absolutely.
The Doctor definitely did a great job with the voicing. I love their energy and I love their direction. As I mentioned during the actual playthrough, I feel like Njord and Asker would be good buddies. I could easily imagine them drinking at a godly tavern in the sky or something like that. But yeah, it seems really, really cool. I like the concept, and it was good. It was fun. The art looks fantastic, and I just appreciate the delivery of the voice lines.
I'm glad. All right, so why don't we get into the weapon descriptions?
Yeah.
Take it away, Esper.
So it's got the usual slaying effect that we love. Accelerated special trigger cooldown count -1. At start of turn, inflicts damage to foes within 4 spaces of unit equal to 50 minus X. X equals the number of spaces away from the unit times 10. With a maximum of 40. At start of combat, if unit's HP is less than or equal to 75%, or foe's HP is Less than 75% grants attack speed, def, and res +5. Both the unit and the foe cannot perform a follow-up attack, and the unit attacks twice. And also, if 2 or more allies with HP less than 99% are within 3 spaces of target, including the unit targets the lower of the foe's defense or resistance.
Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah, wow, that's a kit. So, for his PRF weapon, I'm just gonna boil it down real quick. The general idea with his playstyle is you don't want to be near him because he kind of like does an owie to everyone. I remember that Hermit mentioned in one of his notes that between him and Hinosa, he had this idea of like a firework starting at the beginning of every turn. So that's why Hinosa has her dual skill, which inflicts 20 damage whenever she activates it. And then we have Njord, who just does it at the beginning of every turn. So this heavily punishes players who just chuck their like lead unit in the front and just like expect them to tank everything. So like, I'm speaking to you, Lucia players. God damn you. But yeah. I can see him working really well in SD, just screwing over Lucias who love chucking their Lucia players who love chucking their Lucia up into the front, and yeah, he'll just hit them with a quick 40 damage. Additionally, if his health is greater than or equal to 75%, or the enemy's is less than 75%, he gains some stuff, his buffs, and he braves attacks because it's fun, it's funny.
Oh my god.
It's funny.
As a cherry,
it's just a little, it's quirky. We love it.
It's a little quirky.
Just as a treat.
As the cherry on top, if the allies around him are less than 100% HP, he just targets the lower foe's defense or res. So yeah, I can see him working really good with like Lysithea, Winter Bernadetta, punishing people. But yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts or questions about his PRF? Because it's a little bit of a mouthful.
Really ask her on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
All right. So, Espero, why don't you give us the rest of the kit? Beast Endurance 3 is a new skill.
Yeah, that's the one that I wanted to look at, because as somebody who likes a lot of the Tellius Beast units, I went to that. So let me see. It removes the condition to transform. We've been seeing that recently. If the unit's defense is greater than or equal to the foe's defense, reduces damage from foe's attacks and area of effect specials, including rock or AoE specials, by a percentage equal to difference between the stats times 3, maximum of 30%. And if the unit's defense is greater than the foe's defense plus 10, it reduces 5 additional damage. Okay, so it's removes the condition to transform plus damage reduction, basically. Okay.
That's why there's a little shield pulse icon in the art thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And yeah, we've seen Finish before. This was released on GARM in our Beyond Death banner, which popped off. Wow, excellent. Slay. Poggers, one might say. But yeah, it's just the typical Finish skill, only this time with attack and defense. So we can move on to the next skill, which he has like the Spring Delphea treatment, with Feast and Famine, which is one of his PRFC slots, or his PRFC slot. Espero, would you like to check that out?
Wait, I'm sorry, did I... Oh, there's a C slot, there's a second page. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like Spring was it Spring Delphea? I think, all over...
It's a Spring Delphea treatment.
It caught me by surprise. Okay, I didn't even see that, you're right. Okay, grants +3 to all stats, and special cooldown charge +1 per attack to allies within 3 spaces of unit. And inflicts attack -3 to all stats, and special cooldown charge -1 per attack on foes within 3 spaces of unit during combat. At the start of combat, if unit is within 3 spaces of an ally and another foe that isn't the target, grant special cooldown charge +1 per attack to units. Wow.
Okay, so yeah, that's his Pure F skill from the original banner that we kind of had this idea of, like, I think it was in Of the Wilds. That's the name of the first banner that we've ever done. This idea of him being able to support allies and also punish enemies. So in general, the playstyle of Njord is nuking people with some dummy bonfires. I guess you can run like Ignis now because like special ramping is so easy to come by. But yeah, he's a great supportish unit, but also a nuke. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Bulwark because if we gave him Bulwark, it would be too broken. So you know what? You guys can remove Beast's Endurance if you really want to. But yeah, anybody else have any other comments, questions, thoughts? We can review the art again if you want to take a look at that. Anything.
I think this unit would be instantly broken if they were a real unit in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd summon for them.
Plus 10 instantly.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. Wood pull.
Plus 10 instantly. S support with Asker. It's magic.
For sure.
The S support animation. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. But yeah, the Doctor did an amazing job with the voice lines. It was a pleasure working with him, as always. And yeah, Quasi, who was the artist for Heimdall and Garm, returned back to give us Njord. And yeah, I'm so happy to see my boy in a fresh light. Okay, so we're moving on to Svol. This is an alt from a more recent banner that we released, Winter Motherland, which also popped off. I think it's meeting Beyond Death in view count right now. So
Ooh.
that was actually pretty hype. I wasn't expecting it to get that treatment. But yeah, so the art was done by me, and the voice acting was done by Dwan, who is a returning voice actor, of course. Is anyone interested in reading out his skills?
I can do it because I liked him on the first banner, so I could do it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, take it away.
Cool. So he's got Purifying Sensor, so it grants res +3. At the start of turn, restores 15 HP and neutralizes any penalty on allies within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit. And if any penalty was neutralized or HP was recovered, grants tempo to unit for 1 turn, and unit deals damage equal to X% of foe's res stat during combat, with X equal to the number of units healed or with their penalty neutralized during the current turn times 10 with a max of 30. Also, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack, defense, and resistance +5 during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack.
So yeah, with Purifying Sensor, it definitely takes some inspiration from his sister's C slot. I don't remember what it was. She had a PRF C slot. She was a healer. She's great. Her name is Veer. But yeah, it takes some notes from that kit with his sister, and incorporates like the 15 HP and the neutralizes any penalty, because Sol has grown up. He's changed a lot since the last time we've seen him, which wasn't really that long if you consider the real world. But here, it's a new year for him, and Svol is very well on his way to becoming the next king of Nifl in this weird timeline thing going on. For context, Winter Motherland was taking place in the past before Fjorm, Hrid, and like the Nifl children came to be. They are the direct descendants of the main family. So yeah, would you like to continue on, Stitched?
Of course.
With the rest of the kit? All right, unless anyone has any other questions about Purifying Sensor.
I was just gonna say I love the amount of like algebra.
Yeah.
In, like all of your units' weapons.
Oh my gosh.
Because I read it. I'm very good at math, but even then I read it and I feel like I'm like parsing a word problem as if I was like
Hermit.
back in college.
We love our
Accurate to
theory
the
crafter.
game.
But I can keep reading now.
Okay.
The special is Midnight Sun, which boosts attack by 30% of units' res and restores HP equal to 30% of damage dealt.
Yeah, that's his PRF special, so no inheriting it. Oh
yeah.
my god.
I think I made the comment on the first video.
Yeah.
I love that for my
I want to put on my
Ileanas.
Ileana.
I want to put on my Ileanas.
Okay.
Then just keep going. So next his A slot is attack res clash 4. If a unit or foe initiates combat after moving to a different space, grants bonus to units attack and resistance during combat equal to X plus 6, with the X equal to the number of spaces from the starting position to end position of whoever initiated combat, max of 4. If X is greater than or equal to 2, neutralizes units' penalties to attack and resistance during combat.
Funny.
It's a clash skill.
It's a clash skill. And his Puref Boreal Sigil.
Yes, that enables Canto 2. If unit's resistance is greater than or equal to foe's resistance, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from area of effect specials, excluding Roker area of effect specials, by percentage equal to the difference between stats times 3 for a max of 30%, and also, if the unit's resistance is greater than the foe's resistance plus 3, reduces damage from foe's attacks during combat by 30% of unit's resistance, which also excludes AoE specials.
So yeah, he gets Kanto, basically a 30% Dragon Wall, and then he also gets like the true Dragon Wall, which I guess is more comparable to Asker or Spring Maria. So yeah, he's a cavalry unit. I think I actually forgot to mention all the classes of the units, but yeah, Svol is a cavalry tome unit. Is now a good time to review the other weapon classes and movement types that I forgot to mention? I guess so.
If you feel it's
because I forgot. But yeah, Hyacinth is a green dagger flyer. Not too surprising given that he is a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
But and then Njord is a red infantry beast, which I mean, kind of self-explanatory.
Figured that too.
But yeah, Svol is a cavalry tome unit. And yeah, so yeah, amazing working with Dwan again, and yeah, the art was done by me, and Fortune Favors the Festive is also another reference to his sister's special line, which is also another cute thing. But yeah, that's the unit. Anybody else got some questions about Svol? Be willing to answer them, or comments.
I love DR on a range cav unit. That's always cool. And the Kanto 2 on there. That'll be nice.
Yeah, he got a lot of damage reduction.
A lot of stuff on there.
All right. So if that is all, we will move on to Frore. So Sprightly Envoy. Let's see. The art was done by Celestial Yumis. You can check them out on Twitter, as with all our artists. And the voice acting was done by Kenmei. Yeah, Kenmei's back, doing some amazing work on Frore. She sounds so excited to be here, and I'm very happy with how she turned out. Let's see. Festive Rabbit Spirit. Who is interested in taking Frore?
I guess I'll take it, I think, right?
Chick.
Sure. Last but not least. There's one more after this.
We got the duo after this.
Yeah. I'll take this one.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Festive Rabbit Spirit. Expel their special trigger. Cooldown count -1. At the start of turn 1, grant special cooldown charge -2. At the start of combat, if special is ready, grants attack speed res +6. And when unit deals damage to foe using a special, includes special triggered before combat, deals damage equal to the number of allies within 3 spaces of unit times 5, max 15. And at start of combat, if number of allies within 3 spaces is greater than or equal to 2, grants advantage to unit for 1 turn. Ooh.
So yeah, very simplistic playstyle here, but Frore is basically carrying around, I don't remember what it was called, Arcane Eclipse, I believe, from Philia, but with a little bit of a twist. With this Festive Rabbit Spirit, she gains Vantage if she's around allies, and also does some funny damage stuff with her special. Gives damage equal to number of allies within 3 spaces of unit times 5. So, if she's around her friends, she benefits, and she does big whammy damage. Let's move on to the rest of the skills.
Alright, what's her weapon type?
She is, let me check. I know that she's a red tome, but I don't know what movement type she is, so give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh boy, all the notes from the new banner are coming in. Okay. She is a red tome infantry.
Ah, okay. So we have Luna, of course, treats foes' def res if reduced by 50% during combat. Stillwater 4 grants attack res +7, inflicts def -5, and Special Spiral 4 Deals +5 damage with special triggers. If special triggers, reduces damage by X% effects from non-special skills. If triggers special triggers before or during combat, grant special cooldown count -2 after combat.
So yeah, Fror is this insane damage looping nuke. We basically got 20 damage every time she procs a special, and we didn't give her finish because we felt that would be too crazy, so still water it is.
I was thinking about getting her close counter for the Vantage.
Ooh, the Vantage.
That's what I go
true.
for.
Big nuke, big
You
whammy.
get in there, you gotta hit big nuke, then you just don't die.
Ooh, that's a really good idea, actually. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where is
wow.
distant darts, but I don't know what it's called. It's like the close counter, but it needs to be speed. I
Oh
don't think
yeah,
we
does
have
that even
that yet.
exist? I don't
Oh
think
my
so.
God.
It doesn't.
Plus, like, attack smoke or something like that. That would
Ooh.
be pretty nasty.
I will say that 4 has really, really low defense in exchange for high res.
I
but,
figured, yeah.
I appreciate the idea.
With Stillwater, I noticed that, yeah, and her weapon doesn't give her any defense. So I was like, she's probably super frail.
But yeah, a hop for the future. And yeah, that concludes 4. Does anyone have any other questions or comments about the wonderful arts or voice acting?
Oh, Ken.
It's just wonderful.
It's great. And Ken may knock this one out of the park. That was great.
It was such a pleasure working with her. She really gave it her all this
Yeah.
time around.
The whole time I was smiling the whole time listening
She
to
definitely has
Yeah.
a very like nice go getter attitude. Love it. So yeah, we'll move on to the duo unit. We have one more unit remaining, and we only have 4 Fate-tubers because the Shadow couldn't make it. So, who wants to take the special big unit? Hinosa and Poppy.
We should switch off every sentence.
No, that would be terrible.
That's so funny.
Make the content terrible. Oh my god.
I'm not familiar with these characters. Sorry, which one are these two from?
Okay, so Poppy, I'm sorry, Hinosa is from the first banner that we've ever done. She was the first unit, I believe.
Oh,
on
damn.
that banner. Yeah. So art looking stellar, special art treatment, special heroes treatment, and Poppy is from our fairy banner.
Oh, that's right.
Poppy's a close friend with Hyacinth.
Mm.
So yeah, Hinosa and Poppy are here to welcome in the new year with their firecrackers. And before I how would I say that in past tense? Present tense, I assume. Before I forgort. They are a green tome flyer with the scroll of Baozang. So we do have to settle, unfortunately, on one person to read the unit. So who's that gonna be?
I can do it. I don't mind.
Okay.
All right. So this weapon accelerates special trigger cooldown count -1. Again, our favorite slaying effect. Disables foes' skills that change attack priority. At start of turn, if any foes within cardinal directions of the unit can move 1 extra space. If unit initiates combat, grants attack speed +6 to unit during combat, neutralizes effects that prevents unit's follow-up attacks, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack before foe can counterattack. Oh.
So yeah, she's very. They are very oppressive when it comes to the foe's skill changing attack priority. So goodbye, Camilla. I mean, as long as they can one-shot, which should be pretty easy with an instant desperation and slaying, but we shall see.
Did you
Anybody
say
else got some questions about it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you say that this was a tome unit or?
They are a green tome flyer.
Okay. Ooh. Did you make this to counter Camilla though, even though she's got like a really thick res
Not
stat?
Intentionally. No,
Oh, okay.
Especially because they're a green tome flyer, but
Yeah.
I think it is achievable considering like what they can do with a special.
Okay.
However, they don't have a special here because I said no. You will have to be creative yourself. Fae players, whoever summons this unit has to put a special by themselves.
Ruptured Sky it is.
Ruptured Sky.
I was gonna say Glimmer. I'm lazy.
That too, yeah.
But yeah, if we're ready, let's move on to the next skills.
Okay, they've got Remote Sparrow, which unit initiates combat, grants attack speed +7 during combat, and reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 30%. Completely power crept Swift Sparrow. There's no use in using that nowadays. Shinemaker enables Canto Remaining. Okay. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, it grants speed +6 and a bonus to unit's attack equal to 40% of the missing HP on foes within 3 spaces of target, including the target. If the special triggers during combat, nullifies skills that reduce damage by X% during combat. Okay.
So yeah, that's a pure F skill. Originally, the concept with Hinosa's kit was Shine Taker. That was the name of her original skill. Shine Taker basically punishes people for having buffs and then takes it for her own. However, because Hinosa's feeling in the festive spirit, Shinemaker now actually does some different stuff. She benefits from enemies having low HP and makes it into damage. She also has the Special Spiral 4 effect minus the Special Spiral, so I guess it's just piercing damage reduction. Oops. But yeah. And also Canto, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
So, we also have one more skill in Savage Blow 4, which accidentally is labeled as a B slot. But that's because I did this all at 5 a.m., so...
I was about to say, does she have 2 B skills?
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Crazy.
Yo.
The meta which...
The new meta.
The game would break.
But yeah, read that out to us.
Yep. Savage Blow 4. At start of turn, deals 10 damage to closest foes within 4 spaces. Deals 10 damage to target and foes within 3 spaces of target after combat. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Savage Blow 4, improved version of Savage Blow. This skill was introduced on Garm from our Beyond Death banner. But yeah, still a very strong skill. I'm very proud of the icon.
Yeah, I was about to say, that icon looks like poppin', man.
Thank you.
Love the colors.
But yeah, the playstyle with Hinosa is very interesting. Big bammy, big whammy, boom, bammy. I said bammy. You know what? We're gonna keep that in. And yeah, we got a duo skill. Thank you, Espo, for reading the kit, but I would like one other person to read the duo skill. Who's it gonna be?
I'll go for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I gotta scroll, obviously. It's right here. Duo skill. Inflicts 20 damage and resets special cooldown count on foes within 4 spaces of unit. Cannot exceed max cooldown count. At the start of every 3rd turn, if duo skill has already been used, unit can use duo skill again. Man, more splash damage. That is pretty good and reusable. I mean, Duo Hector is crying back there.
Yeah.
Thinking, why couldn't that be me?
But yeah, so the inspiration with this duo skill is obviously Halloween Hector, the first duo unit. And also, the, special ramping is a plague in Fae right now. I'm not gonna lie about it. I actually abuse it myself, which is why Lucia makes me so upset. But yeah, this is also like kind of a fusion between Halloween Hector and Baby Ike. So these two duo skills merged together and had a wonderful, wonderful child together. Isn't that great? Okay, so does anyone have any other questions before we start closing up shop?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. Anybody else got some comments about the art or anything voice acting?
I mean, so it was all incredible.
I'm sorry?
As always, it was always incredible. All of it.
Nice,
all.
I'm so happy. Actually, as a final little thing before we head out, you gotta go in 4 minutes, Espero. Could you stay 5 minutes or you gotta go?
Yeah, I can say. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to do one little fun activity with everyone. I want to know what everyone's favorite art and voice acting was. So let's see. Where should we start? Let's start with Connor Zach. I'm going to put you on the spotlight. Which voice acting was your favorite from our units, and which was your favorite art?
It might be the same unit for both. I think Njord, honestly.
Crazy.
The art
I'm
looks
so glad.
fantastic. His abs are crazy. And the doctor killed him in the voice acting. He really sounds so enthusiastic about it. I love it.
Nice. Njord really said nips are allowed inside Faye. Again.
Free the nip.
Free the nip. Okay. Next up, we'll go with Espro. Who's your favorite art and voice acting?
Yeah, I have to agree with favorite art going to Njord. I really like their art style as well. Yeah, I appreciated that one. I do want to give the favorite voice to Kenmei, just because I feel like she definitely needs a recognition there, because I really enjoyed her interpretation of Frore. That was fantastic. But Njord's voice actor, the doctor, also did a fantastic job. Yeah, they were both great. Excellent.
I'm surprised you latched on to Frore so happily. I mean, have you seen a Winter Wonderland?
I have not. I had not.
You should check it out.
But I
It's
just
a
thought
good
that Kenmei
video.
did such a good job that it was like you could hear the energy of the character and their enthusiasm in their voice. So I just thought that was like the thing that it was most magnetic about them. So for me, I felt most emotionally connected to that character just for that reason.
I'm glad. All right, so moving on the list, we got Rocket Gal. Who's your favorite voice actor and favorite artist?
All right. So for the favorite artist or the favorite art in general, I gotta give it to a tie for Sval and Furore. Sval, I just recognize your art style immediately. I'm just like, wow, that's really popping, man. It's looking really good, dude. And I also am a big fan of Celestial Yumi's art. And when I noticed it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the one and only Celestial Yumi. So that was pretty awesome. And I think both of you guys have very distinct art styles, and you can tell that it just really pops out for each character. I really like it a lot. And then for the voice actor, I'm gonna have to agree with Espero. I think Kenmei did a really good job. She put in a lot of soul in the character, made them feel really alive. Not saying the others didn't, but I'm just saying like Kenmei went above and beyond for sure.
Yep, I agree. So yeah, any other comments about that? No, we got it. Okay, and finally Stitched. Favorite artist or favorite art and voice acting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of join everyone else and really hand it to Kenmei here. I really like her art for the duo. I mean, I like all the art, but I just think the way the duo looks is very, very good. And then, like everyone else said, her voice acting was super good. Like, you could just hear the enthusiasm. She really brought that character to life, like everyone else did, but I just feel like she really knocked it out of the park on
I'm so
Thor,
glad.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the special art gave me chills. Did you see that? Bada boom! Like, oh my god, the fireworks in the background, it's just everything. It's the moment. But yeah, everyone did an amazing job with the banner, and I'm so proud to finally have it out because it has been eating away at me forever. But yeah. Big congrats to everyone that participated in our banner, and I hope you guys will look forward to our next Special Heroes banner. Not sure what that will be, but we're thinking something about streetwear, street clothes, perhaps. But that's a discussion for another time. With that being said, I think that's everything. Anybody else got some last-minute comments before we say goodbye?
Thanks for
Every
having
character
me.
looks really good.
Yeah.
All the voice
Yeah, great
acting was
job.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think that brings us to our final segment, where we part ways and say bye-bye. Ready? Let's go! Bye-bye!
Bye.
Farewell, friend.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on. And yeah, that's the conclusion of our banner. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye-bye.